All right, and he's just backing that last one out. We're already leaking fluid out of the bottom, of course. And if these are sealed up, sometimes if the bike's been run a lot and it's heat sealed, you can just yank over there. You can just yank on that clutch cable, and that'll give you a little pull so you can get it off. And there is a gasket behind here. You'll not want to reuse this, guys. Don't reuse it. Just get a new gasket. They're pretty cheap at the dealership. It's a side transmission cover gasket. So we'll get one of those before we put this thing back together. Okay, the key on this, guys, is if you have enough slack in your clutch cable, which we do because remember at the adjuster nut, we backed it off all the way. So we've got plenty of play. So the way he can get this cable off real easy without taking that whole assembly apart is he's just pulling, and it actually just rocks out of there. And again, you got to have enough play, but you can use, there you go, and it rocks out of there, and it's got the little assembly piece there that he's going to show you. All right, your cable goes into that, and you can see it's kind of a half moon, and it rocks back in that. Okay, so what we're looking at here is, of course, how the cable goes back and hooks up here. And this is just a little piece. You kind of got to do it blind, but we're going to show you what it looks like here. That's the piece right there, and then the cable has a nub on the end, of course, and it sits right in that channel. And he's got to do it backwards, so it's kind of hard for us to show you, but we wanted to show you what it looks like. And then it kind of a half moon you see there, and it just slides in and then locks into place. Now he's going to slide that cable in underneath there. And of course his hands are in the way, but we at least wanted to show you kind of what we were doing there, and it's all by feel really is what he's doing. He'll get that cable in, turn it upside down, and then he's going to work that. And you should have enough if you can pull your cable. See what he's doing? He's pulling it around. Make sure your cable is all the way loose. Your adjustments up here, that the cable's extended out all the way, because he's using every bit of it, as you can see. There we are. You got it all put back into place there. Okay, before we put the side transmission cover back on, he's just getting a little oil. He's got a brand new gasket here. We do highly suggest that you do buy a new gasket for this. Don't reuse, because it would suck to get it all back on there and leak, and they're not that expensive. All right, he's going to point at the two ears here. There's two ears on the side here that hold the gasket. There's holes in it, so he's going to set the gasket up on there using those holes, and that'll hold it in place basically. There we go. All right, and he's got his bolts. He's going to start finger threading. Remember, the two short bolts go on top, and there's four longer ones that go around the rest of the side transmission cover. And he's not going to tighten anything down yet. He's just getting these all started so this thing hangs in place right. And he's just finishing getting these again. He's not cranking them down yet. He's just getting everything so they start to seat. You can see we put red tape up there. That's a little trick we use, because at the very end, when you get your new bars on and you're excited or whatever project you're doing, you'll fire your bike up and go to ride it, and you won't have any transmission fluid. So that signifies to us, as we're checking the bike over at the very end, that we need to put fluids in that case. So it is easy to fire your bike up and forget to refill that. Okay, and there are torque specifications on this, guys. If you want to get your torque, that would be just fine. We're comfortable. We've done so many of these. He's getting them tight, and about another quarter, half turn. As you can see, don't over tighten them. You will strip that aluminum out, guys. Do not over crank them. It's got a gasket. It's going to seal. Just tighten maybe another quarter turn. You can see that's all he's giving it. You can see he's going in a star pattern. Don't just go in a circular pattern. You'll tighten the case down unevenly, so you can kind of see he's going back and forth and around in somewhat of a star pattern, so we get even pressure as we sink this transmission cover onto that new gasket.